I'm back at Training Think Tank up in Alpharetta, Georgia for a semifinals simulation, basically a prep camp to get ready for semifinals, which is coming up. We are doing a 3-day camp where there's 2 events per day, just like semifinals. Big rest periods in between, just like semifinals. We have briefings early in the morning, way before we actually go, just like semifinals. So we're practicing, fueling, resting, recovering in between all the workouts, and then going as hard as we can in the workouts, recovering a little bit in between. 1, 2, 3, and so.
That's actually pretty tight. Forgot what it's like to stretch.
I like when Max will, I'm sure it's purposefully, prepare us for an event at the camp the week leading up to it. So like in training this week, we had a couple sets of 10 sandbag cleans for time with the 200. And then in the event today, 10 sandbag cleans at 200 pounds. So I got that confidence coming into it. Trav, you're up. Dance move.
It's too slow. Did you get that from the kids' Baby Gap? Annika, did you get your shirt from Baby Gap, or where is that from? I think that might fit my daughter.
Yeah, probably the same sizes are. Between seasons, okay? It's winter on the arms, summer on the bottom. It's just the same
Yeah, that's
thing.
like when people wear the hoodies, but the sleeves are cut off. So it doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm talking about? Have you seen those?
Oh,
I thought you should do that to that one.
Exactly, and that's the best way to sleep. Yes, it is.
So the 8 sleep when it cools and you just.
All right, not all of us.
Except they don't even sponsor me. But
Ohlsen YouTube sponsored by 8 Sleep.
yeah, this session is brought to you by 8 Sleep. Testing all turns. You don't even know how many times we're turning out. Ah! Ah! Oh! Savage. 9 more.
With 50 more pounds.
Light from above. Ah!
Wow, that feels so much better.
Good. I remember when I cheated and wore a belt.
Taking some going in.
You haven't been training. Get out of here. I haven't had friends to work out with in a long time.
You still don't.
Got him. You do. You're good.
Nice, Maddie.
Is that why you made us lose a lot of pussy? You didn't like me as a friend?
Sabotage. Max, I have to talk to you about something. For the last couple weeks, my shoulder's been uncontrollably itchy. Like, yeah, seriously, all of here, like I want to scratch the skin off of it at times. Why?
Why do you need to talk to me about that?
I don't know.
He's not a dermatologist.
You're my coach.
3 sets of shoulder presses.
Workout 1 was a little bit more aerobic. It was for time, a 1-mile run, 10 sandbag to shoulder at 200 pounds, followed by another 1-mile run. Still fast.
Look over the cone. It's a minute penalty.
Oh.
It's cutting corners.
It's always nerve-wracking doing a running race workout with Travis. I thought I was gonna get away with not having to push it that hard this weekend, but he surprised us with a comeback, and it was a good push. I think without chasing him down, I probably wouldn't have gone quite as hard. It was tough. The first run after the sandbags was miserable. Just like low back, a little blown up, heart rate and breathing super elevated. Kind of gave myself a full lap to like recover. Was able to push the last one. It was good. I was pleased with how the sandbags went, and honestly, I think the workout overall, it's never good to lose to somebody, but Travis is pretty good at that stuff, so just tried to hang with him, and hopefully that's good practice for whatever they may throw at us. That's similar at semifinals. Come on, AG, kick it, let's go!
How's it feel to be back?
It's good, man. it's just fun to do stuff with people again. I mean, I think for the most part, it's pretty lonely doing it by yourself all the time. Like just to be like around people joking and having fun and challenge and see what you're kind of like capable of doing without much training recently. So for me, it was good, and I think it's a good push for him, right? Like if he was just waxing me, you could let up and coast in, but still push him. Still got him on some things.
Maybe that I could catch you when we got out to the run, and I thought you were going to be much further, and I got out and you were still at that corner. I was like, oh, maybe if he fades off and I keep strong.
And then now I'll sit out the rest of the weekend. But it was fun.
It's good to have you back.
Yeah, man, it was fun. Great job.
Thank you for doing that with us.
Of course, man.
Workout number 2 is for time 12-9-6 thrusters with 185 pounds for the gentlemen. I think it's 125 for the ladies, with 36-24-12 toe to bar, chest to bar, bar muscle ups after each set of the thrusters. And then we rest 30 seconds from that cap, which is 6.5 minutes, and do as many ring muscle ups as we can. What does it mean if you're cash blue? He said my cash blue, but I'm still seeing green. Maybe like he blew it. Blue is cash. Feel pretty good about it. Happy to have done the thrusters unbroken. Felt like I moved well through that. In the middle of my toe to bar, I felt like I was moving a little too frantically. So I purposely slowed down, took a breath, because I knew we had a good bit of work left to do. I think it was well executed. One day down. It's here to go. We're just measuring our ropes.
How you feeling after yesterday?
How am I feeling? Like $1 million, baby. Let's go. I'm gonna beat his ass today. He doesn't even know what's coming. I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna run circles around him. Might not even show up to semis after I'm done with him today. I don't know. We'll see.
Good luck. Good luck. Thanks, man. Good luck, everybody.
By him in training.
No. Frick. I need to get better at those crossover dubbies. I hit that first set of 10 clean.
Yeah.
And then fell apart.
I got my
Fell
chest.
so far behind.
My chest got fatigued.
My shoulders were like numb almost.
Oh my god, same. The last ones I was like, ugh.
Wonder why. I'm frustrated by that. But it's good to learn that in a training setting, because now I know I need to hammer the cross dubs even more, just so that I can have those down in case it comes up at semifinals or the games in like bigger volume like that. I'm gonna go do some now to practice.
Okay.
You either win or you learn. Hopefully I learned something. Final simulation workout of the day. Some lifties, snatches and cleans. Trying to get that power warm. Big power. to get all those snatches, and the timing of my pull for power snatches has felt good. Execution was there, I think. I was a little frantic at the beginning and had to smooth it out by like the second and third snatch bars, just so that I didn't get too like sloppy and high heart rate anxious. That can happen sometimes when you race and when you're doing it really early in a longer workout. Never a good idea. But all the snatches went well. I would have liked the powers at 315 to have been a little more powerful. Like if I had caught the first one really, really high and quick turnover, I think I would have been able to step up to the second rep faster. But because my first one, my legs were wide, the bar was a little lower on my shoulders, it made me hesitate on pulling the second one and the third one. But not bad, no misses, no mistakes. I'll take it. Salchicha.
What is that? Oh, the headphones.
All right, guys.
Hey.
Event 5 today. Go ahead, you do it.
All right, guys, event 5 today. We got the 2-2-2-3 intervals. Those are minutes. You have 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, and then 3 minutes with a minute rest in between. We're starting each window with a buy-in of 2 strict legless rope climbs. Not entirely sure what that means.
Just do flow right now. We'll talk standards later.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
flow.
Into a 14 cal ski for gentlemen, 11 cal ski for the ladies. And then with whatever time you have remaining in that 2-minute window, you're going to do as many shoulder to overhead as you can with a barbell loaded at 155 pounds for men, 105 for the women, until you've gotten to 75 reps. So in the first window, let's say you get 20 reps. When you get into the second window, you're going to continue that count, 21, 22, etc. If you happen to finish your 75 reps before you get to the 3-minute window, congratulations, you're done. I'm going to pass this over to my colleague, Adam.
I see where you're going to go with it.
Take the mic, man.
All right, guys, so every interval, what we're going to do is we're going to start 3, 2, 1, go. The athlete's going to be standing on the platform of their ski. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. You're going to come over to your rope. Each rope climb is going to start hands on the rope below the blue tape and my feet off the ground.
One rep.
Work out hard. Get the nerves out.
We did one that was interval style. I was really pumped about how that one went. Had like a roar of like, let's go at the end, which doesn't always happen. Had a little buzzer beater, so that brought that out of me. And then we finished with like a sprint fast, like make you want to throw up, make your legs feel like they're on fire style workout.
How do you feel watching everybody do this?
Good. It's like a nerve-wracking workout when you see it on paper, but oddly enough, I kind of feel like, even though this doesn't really make logical sense, it feels like it's the end of a competition weekend and I'm in a qualifying spot, and so there's not as much pressure on this workout, which there's no podium for this camp, so that doesn't make any sense, but my mind is like, I'm gonna go hard, but just kind of gotta get through it, not super nervous about it. workout, I felt kind of checked out, but to practice on game day, there's a chance that I'm in a good position and we've got one workout left and I'm like, I don't really need to go too hard here. And then I could end up not doing as well as I could have just because I wasn't paying attention to the fine details. I think because I was checked out, I forgot the flow of where we were supposed to start our burpees twice, and that cost me. I had a couple no reps and just wasn't as clean as it could have been because I wasn't mentally all dialed on that one. A lot of mindless mistakes. All in all, I think I think these 3 days were a great simulation for what we've got to come at semifinals. Not only the format of it being 3 days with a couple workouts per day, but we tried to emulate the style that we've seen from Bosman from last year's games to this year's Open and quarterfinals. Movements that are a little bit more unique, formats that are a little bit more unique. I told Max today that I want to back off on volume. That's not usually my approach. I always want to do more, but I think it would be smart for me. I feel super fit. I feel healthy. I want to just kind of go into maintenance mode until semifinals because I feel like I'm in a good place. So we'll do a little deload, still be working out, obviously, just not spending all day at the gym for the next 3 weeks, which will be nice. I think that 2, 3, 4 years ago, these weekends were very high stress for me. They meant a lot. It was big for my confidence. How I performed during the simulation would impact my vision of myself or my perception of where my fitness was at. I don't really feel that way as much anymore. I think realistically, I've got so much time that I've invested in all of this stuff that I know even if I have a bad couple of days here for whatever reason, I'll probably be okay by the time the competition rolls around.
I don't know if 10 years in you really improve at any of the training metrics. We might never see a lifetime PR, or if we do, it'll just be in some endurance style events where aging and all of the accumulated training volume don't matter as much anymore. But in terms of hitting peak strength numbers or peak gymnastics numbers, I don't think we're striving for that, and I don't think it's realistic to expect it. I think now at this point, especially for him, performance and progress is more in enjoyment, being peaked on game day, staying healthy and being ready to compete on game day. They're more soft subjective things that we measure than thinking of the hard data when you're an original. When we first started working together, there was clear, we got to get better at running. Here's the running test. Here's what we're going to train. This is the cycle that we're going to go through. Here's the retest. And you can see that measurable progress. The way Noah's been approaching the game now is kind of more of a lifestyle and a final hurrah. It's just a different, more subjective, soft process.
I've had a hard time setting goals the last couple years. The one goal has always been to win the CrossFit Games. I had to, at the beginning of this season, decide on whether or not I wanted to let go of my grip on that a little bit, and I decided to. So my grip has loosened. It's not I haven't dropped that goal. It still exists in my hand, but I'm not squeezing it as tightly as I was before. So that would still be amazing to go out and win the CrossFit Games. But I think that being able to enjoy the process, to stay healthy, to have younger athletes like Annika and Jake that I can train with, be a positive influence on in general and in a training sense, doing it together with those guys. If all three of us qualify, I'm not going to say that would feel better than winning the CrossFit Games, but I think that would be a really special memory for me and all of us. So that's part of it. Qualifying for the games 10 times in a row is a goal. So just being able to make it to the games from semifinals is huge. But I don't want to set that low of a standard. I don't want to show up to semifinals and take 12th. If that's the way that it goes, I would still have accomplished my goal of making it to the games 10 times in a row, but I'd like to do a bit better than that. And then once we get to the games, I don't know. Maybe I have to figure it out and say, is there a numerical? Is that completely off the table? And I don't care what the leaderboard looks like as long as I give it my all and have a good time. And I haven't gotten that far yet, but as of right now, feel pretty good with the way things are going. You guys can comment how much you miss seeing Travis on the leaderboard and on the competition floor. We do too. He misses it too. Don't cry, man. You're gonna make me cry.
Yo, train hard, live life, keep grinding. Happy but hungry.
Dang, that's deep. Love it.